Afraid we have to turn to oil again. Brent crude has slumped almost 6% over the past 24 hours following an uninspiring price forecast from Goldman Sachs. The US investment bank cut its second quarter expectations from $60 to $42, anticipating that the words crude oil surplus may extend well into 2015. Oil prices have now lost 60% of their value since reaching 115 a barrel in July last year. Yannick Naud joins me in the studio again. There is one direction of this, and I mean we have talked about this many times. You know, it's funny, we're looking at those cars in Detroit.
Yes.
Energy-saving cars. I think, why bother?
Yes, I think the entire industry has been investing enormous amount of money in order to be fuel efficient, because when the oil was above 100, it was very important to be fuel efficient. So you had Ford having aluminum car like the F-150. You had all the Boeing and Airbus making planes which are super fuel efficient, which are consuming 20% less fuel. Well, the economy today is half what it was 6 months ago. So we know that lower oil price is not good for oil-producing company, but in fact, a lot of companies around the world are exposed to the oil price because of the investment in renewable.
Well, yeah, indeed. Take that a bit further, because I mean it's hit not most, but I mean a lot of the big ones
Yes.
have been hit by this. And you think, well, why?
Well, I think there's two parts to it.
Yeah.
We know the negative, which is for oil company. We have not seen yet in the company's earning. We will have the Q4 company's earning very soon in States. We have not seen yet if company are able to grow their margin, because we don't know if they are passing on the efficiencies and in fact the economy to the customer or not. So we will have some more information about if company are able to capitalize on that in order to generate more profit. So we don't know that. Second, in terms of financial asset, you have to keep in mind that sovereign wealth fund, the wealth fund of a lot of those oil-producing countries, might not be the biggest investor they were even 6 months ago.
Right. And also, just looking at the emerging markets,
Yes.
a strong dollar and a weak oil price is bad for them as well, isn't it?
Yes. If we look at, for example, the emerging market debt or even the equity market, both the oil-producing or the commodity-producing country and the importing country have been suffering, because we have seen the oil price going down, but we have seen the dollar going higher. And a lot of countries have debt in dollar and, in fact, revenue in local currency, which is really not very not good, and reminds us of what we see during the Asian crisis in '97.
And as sure as night follows day, we've had the, oh, well, you know, people are taking options on it being $20 a barrel, which, how do you know?
I think investment bank all over the world are scrambling right now. It's why they readjust sharply their focus, not because they've been very smart in the beforehand. I mean, no one has seen such a move, because everybody was thinking that the oil price could go down, but not by too much, because of the break-even price for shale oil, Arctic oil exploration, and so on. And in fact, now we went through all those break-even levels. It should be uneconomic for a lot of people to produce oil. Nevertheless, the oil production is still growing up. I mean, we have seen, for example, the UAE oil minister saying that he will expand production.
Yeah.
Right now, there is around 2 million barrels of surplus a day. There were only 1 million barrels surplus a day just months ago. So there is an imbalance, and until we find a level where some oil producer will stop to produce, the oil price could continue to go down.
After the OPEC meeting last year,
Yes.
you and I sat here and I said to you, do you think, after all, well, maybe a day or two
Yes.
later, will there be an emergency meeting of OPEC, because a lot of its members are unhappy about this? Very briefly, do you think that will happen?
No, I don't think so, because every week, the big producers are renewing their commitment. I think they want to make sure that smaller producers, especially shale oil producer in States, stop to produce, and in order to regain market share.
Okay. Yannick, thanks very much indeed. Business-wise, you're up to date. I'm Michael Wilson in London, and you've been watching the Global Business Report from Horizon News.